It's magnificent! And they lose their cool. Benzema! Oh, what a brilliant goal! Cristiano Ronaldo! Jimmy! Oh, now we've got a game on.
It's the classico. It's Ronaldo versus Messi, Bale versus Neymar. It's Real Madrid versus Barcelona, live from the Santiago Bernabeu, only on Sky Sports. Well, I'll tell you what, this is the bit that I used to hate as a player, just a few minutes before a game. Wonderful, wonderful scene there of the Santiago Bernabeu. You've both been there. Guys, go first. What's going through your mind as a player right now?
For me, it was part of the routine. You've got to the stadium, you've get in the dressing room, getting changed, your coffee or your drink, and your warm up. You just follow a process of you've done so many times before. And when you're in the tunnel, you just want to come out. Obviously, as an attacking midfielder, you just wanted to perform well, to have a great and fantastic game, obviously to win. I think as a defender, when I used to play right back, you're more focused on who you're gonna face. Especially when we used to play, well, with Valencia, Barca, it was like Laudrup, Stoichkov. It was like.
No wonder you were worried.
Yeah, you were very worried. But as a attacking, it was more focused on enjoy the game. Yeah.
No negative thoughts at all, Santi?
No, not before the games. No, never. Maybe after the game you go through the game, but before you just are building up your adrenaline and you want to go out there and spend it all and enjoy. Enjoy because these are the best games to enjoy football for the fans and for the players.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this game may not decide who wins the title, but it may well decide who loses it. Your commentary team, high up at the Santiago Bernabeu, Jerry Armstrong and Rob Palmer.
You say we're high up. I imagine they can see this stadium from the moon this evening. 400 million pairs of eyes are cast on the beautifully illuminated Estadio Bernabeu, a lush green stage where some of the greatest ever entertainers in the world of sport bid to out-marvel each other tonight. Lionel Messi against Cristiano Ronaldo, just one of the many matchups of some of the top talent in world football. As always at Real Madrid, the entry to the stadium is perfectly orchestrated. Those are white flags, but not white flags that are going to say that Real are going to give up the title. At the moment, of course, this game is second against third in La Liga because Atletico have taken charge on their head-to-head rulings by winning earlier today. But this is one of the most season-shaping matches that you're ever going to see. Well, not a seat to be had inside the Bernabeu. Down on the streets today, the tickets were going for around €900. Well, let's have a look at the teams of Real Madrid first of all. Their side really selects itself for Carlos Ancelotti. There's no experimentation this time. Iker Casillas, of course, is restricted to playing cup keeper. Diego Lopez looking for his 13th clean sheet of the season. Gareth Bale withdrawn after 61 minutes of the new camp in October, but he's fully fit and he's fully initiated now. He'll be providing a silver service to Cristiano Ronaldo. And when it comes to Barcelona, well, their selection was more tricky. Tata Martino has tinkered with his team. The team that blasted Osasuna for 7 last week. Pedro and Alexis have both scored, replaced by two arguably bigger names, the expensive recruit Neymar and Cesc Fabregas. Well, before the game, we're going to have a minute's silence inside the Estadio Bernabeu. Sadly today, the former Prime Minister, Adolfo Suarez, who took control of Spain after the Franco era, he sadly passed away, and there'll be a minute's tribute. Adolfo Suarez, remember the man who became president of Spain, the first elected president, or should I say prime minister, after Franco passed away. His job was to unite this country. He did that reasonably well, apart from when it came to a classico evening. Nobody sits on the fence in this one, apart from maybe that man, Alberto Undiana-Mayenko, the 9th time he's taken charge of El Gran Clasico. Well, it's the 168th and possibly one of the most crucial Clásicos. Real Madrid need a win to return to the top. Tata Martino's whole outlook maybe rests on this one win, and they're still in the title equation, lose, and he could be looking for a new job in the summer. And Jerry Armstrong, as always, alongside me. And this lofty view that we have. What do you see in your crystal ball tonight, Jerry?
Well, obviously home advantage is going to play a big part, but it depends on which Barcelona side turn up. I watched them last week and they put 7 goals in, and Messi was starting to look back to his best, and he's a danger. Obviously he's a danger. Still a little bit miffed that Pedro or Alexis aren't starting tonight. They've certainly got more goals and more assists than Neymar, but Tata Martino has decided to go with that lineup, and we'll see how it goes. But it should be a really cracking game, Rob. Very tight, but Ronaldo is in fantastic form, as is the front three. Bale and Benzema all got goals in them.
Ancelotti has promised the supporters that they're going to go out to all-out attack Barcelona tonight. Of course, there is a third team in the equation, Atletico Madrid, who have done magnificently well this season.
People have written off Atletico Madrid, Rob, and technically they're top of the table at the moment. They've had a good victory today. Diego Costa on target again, and really they're still in the hunt. They're a massive threat for both of these sides.
And Sergio Ramos to Modric, who has had an outstanding season. Piqué to Iniesta. Even some of the players who have taken the greatest honours: World Cups, European Championships, Spanish leagues. Costly price tags, were looking very nervous when they were lining up in the tunnel to come out in front of 80,000 raucous supporters. When these sides met back in week 10 of La Liga, Barcelona won by 2-1. They went 6 points clear. So since then, since October, there has been a 10-point swing in La Liga.
Yeah, there's no doubt the form side over the last, well, strangely coinciding with the return of Xabi Alonso on the anchorman of midfield. Over 30 games now, undefeated, and I think Xabi's a big part of that team. This is good play now. The other Xavi Hernandez on the ball.
Skippering Barcelona tonight to Cesc Fabregas, recalled. Alba to Piqué. Settling into the surroundings, but familiar surroundings. Xavi cuts inside. They say he's the old man, but he still has the full armoury. Ramos to Benzema. Someone who needs no introduction. The whole of the Real Madrid support get on the edge of their seats as Cristiano Ronaldo delves into enemy territory. Can he shake off Alves? That was a good strong tackle. We have to say the Spanish media today were telling us that Undiana-Mayenko is one of the referees that lets things go. Here is Neymar, one-on-one situation, and he forces the first save of the evening from Diego Lopez.
Good play on the break, great counter-attack break, and you know, Messi provided the pass, and Neymar was a tight angle, but he's hit the target, Rob. That's the important thing.
The pace has been set. The pace is going to be lightning. Pepe hits it long. Alba leaves it to Piqué to take charge of the situation. A senior central defender, of course. Carlos Puyol has played his last Clasico for Barcelona. Modric. His last Liga Clasico. Of course, there's still a chance that Puyol may play in the cup final. But here is Benzema. Bearing down on goal. That's the man who scored that goal after 23 seconds a couple of years back.
Well, outstretched leg here. That's the tackle. It's not a free kick for me. Outstretched leg of Gareth Bale nicks the ball just in the important time. This is the breakaway from Neymar, and there's the tight angle I was talking about, Rob. Difficult to beat, and this is the chance for Benzema. He snatches out of his left foot, doesn't really hit the target.
there's a train of thought from some of the football intelligentsia that Tata Martino would select the side that swept Osasuna for 7 last week. Here is Gareth Bale, but he's decided to go for Neymar, the Brazilian. Bring back Fabregas. Ball is teased up there, and there's certainly a case to consider.
I think he felt the contact. Cristiano was backpedaling. Dani Alves just didn't let him go anywhere. And again, my first thoughts were, it's not a penalty. He just stands his ground. Ronaldo's backing into him.
Alba to Busquets. Mascherano to Lionel Messi in his own time, leaves Xabi Alonso on the floor. Messi slips through the gears.
Argentinian teammate Di Maria putting them under pressure. He's probably got the pace to stay with them.
Xabi. Busquets. The one thing that Ancelotti has improved since coming to Real Madrid is their defence. 14 clean sheets in the last 19 matches, and at home they've had 9 shutouts in 11 games here.
Yeah, Rob, you're right. 42 goals for and only 10 conceded. Here's Lionel Messi.
There's Messi. On the blind side is Iniesta! Did he make that pay? Lightning strikes at the Bernabeu.
Well, he's not been in the goals this season that much, but look at this finish. Lovely time pass from Messi. What a left foot strike. He scored a cracker with his left foot last week. Oh, but look at this first touch out from underneath his feet. That is a thunderous strike. And no way Diego Lopez is going to stop that. What a goal.
Well, he does specialise in scoring goals against Real Madrid. And that is his 50th goal of his career, and one that he's going to cherish for the rest of his life. And look at the relief for Martino. Meanwhile, the Spanish director has found another angle of the Ronaldo penalty claim.
Well, it wasn't given then, and it's not going to be given now, Rob.
Well, it has spoiled a pattern for Real Madrid. They've scored the opening goal in the last 21 matches. Not tonight. Xavi to Fabregas. Neymar chasing lost causes. Neymar can't slip around Pepe. Excellent tackle from the Portuguese international. Cristiano Ronaldo, player of the year, world player of the year. Ramos. One of the new kids in town, Daniel Carvajal. Only his second classico. He's a bit of a rarity. He's one of the players who has graduated from the Real Madrid academy. Xabi Alonso. Perfect pass. Carvajal. Through the legs of Alba. It's headed up by Piqué. Mendes doesn't want it in that situation. He had a nightmare moment like that a few years ago, didn't he?
Well, we're looking at this break again. Look at the space now. I do feel that Carvajal's come in too much on the cover. Really has covered far too much in the central area, and that left a lot of space for Iniesta's first touch and the thunderous strike.
He's got a few famous goals in his career, of course. The winner in the World Cup final 2010.
Yeah, I was saying he does specialise in big goals in big matches. They don't come bigger than a World Cup final.
Ramos to Pepe. Real Madrid have to dust themselves down. Start all over again. Now on this incredible run, haven't lost in 18 matches. La Liga, 31 in all competitions. Revivez. Interesting, Johnny, for you to look at the formation of Barcelona tonight. Normally it's a 4-3-3. Fabregas seems to have a roaming role at the moment.
He has, but they're playing 4 in midfield. They've started off with 4 in midfield, but again, you saw Iniesta on his left-hand side breaking forward to score the goal as Cristiano picks it up down the left-hand side.
There's anticipation in the air. Step-overs galore from Ronaldo. Alonso to Modric. Marcelo. Stop. I'll tell you what, the referee gave nothing there. And a number of Revivez supporters in front of me were not best pleased with the antics of our Argentinian international then.
You don't stop. You play to the whistle, Rob. Whether there was a tug or not, you just got to play to the whistle. Indiana Malyenko can only give what he sees.
Possibly the toughest job in football, officiating this game. Believe it or not, he's not sent a player off this season in La Liga, Alberto Indiana Malyenko. But this is the 9th time he's taken charge of the classico, and he has shown 4 red cards on those previous occasions. Xavi. Lionel Messi. Neymar with new bright yellow banana-coloured boots for the occasion. Gareth Bale. Deep into Barca territory, trying to feed it to Benzema. There's a foul off the ball. Benzema continues, and no strength in the shot.
Yeah, good break there from Gareth Bale. Showed that athleticism and the turn of pace through the middle, and then fed the ball well to Benzema, who in the end gets the shot in, but it's got no power in it, Rob, and never really going to cause a problem for Victor Valdez.
Marcelo. Di Maria better feet this time. Swiftly into the area, lets it back, Benzema! Fluffs his lines on the big stage.
Well, that was nothing short of sensational, the run from that man, Di Maria. What a run. He's gone past 3 or 4 Barcelona players like they're standing still. And he tees it up so nicely here for Karim Benzema. What a poor finish that is from a top striker. You've got to put them away. That's a fabulous chance. One thing I'll say about this Real Madrid side is they do create opportunities, Rob.
A more heart shown there by Di Maria. He was rested last week. Piqué. Oh, charged down by Gareth Bale. Ronaldo. There's the crushed meat in the sandwich. Iniesta. Carvajal getting a little too tactile for the referee's liking.
Doesn't he do it so well? Andres Iniesta shielding the ball so well from Carvajal.
Busquets. Piqué for Jordi Alba. Fabregas sweeping the ball to Dani Alves. Neymar. Of course, he scored a vital goal in the first game between these two teams, Neymar, but he hasn't exactly exploded in his first season at Barcelona. A good little spell before Christmas. He scored half a dozen goals, but it's slightly gone off the boil since then. In fact, he scored 6 goals in 3 matches. This was the run. He's done all the hard work, Di Maria.
He done fantastic, Rob. That was a sensational, scintillating run. Past 3 or 4, cuts it back. Benzema leaning back on his left foot. He's got to hit the target, and he should have really scored.
Neymar to Messi. Alves. Xavi. Fabregas to Iniesta. many years because Barcelona control the ball. Look at the control from Messi. Bang on side. Can he finish it? No. Lionel Messi couldn't.
Wow, what a great chance for the little man to increase the lead. And there's a lot of people appealing for offside. And he's not as the ball's played. You can see Marcelo steps up. It's a crossover, really tough one for the officials to get. And that's a massive, massive gamble. And again, the counter-attack play from Barcelona is exquisite.
Fabregas. Neymar drifts inside. Pepe takes a risk. Blocks it fairly. Having a standing argument with Neymar. Ball is hit long. Ronaldo rises highest above Pica. That takes some doing.
He was up really early, wasn't it? But that last breakaway again on the counter-attack, Barcelona caused a few problems.
Busquets. Dani Alves always does like to play the pantomime baddie.
And this is the one they're appealing for. Does it hit him on the arm?
No.
Hits him on the side. Okay, that's cleared that up. Tata's looking the handball. He doesn't have the action replay that we have. That's good play, Di Maria.
Di Maria, he's full of beans tonight. Iniesta to Xavi. Barcelona trying to play their old game of possession football, wearing the opposition down, but it's not just any opposition. This is informed firing around the thread. Xavi. Revivez. Xavi again, everything going through in the main artery. Busquets. Jordi Alba. Iniesta. It's like patient chess, this, isn't it? Those whistles from the Real Madrid supporters will be music to the ears of the Barcelona management. Take the sting out of the game, and the first 20 minutes was no doubt the doctoring of Tata Martino. There's Messi. Brazilian Alves for company on the far side. He decides to go solo. Neymar stopped at first base by Pepe. Di Maria, brilliant ball again to Benzema. Benzema toe-to-toe with Piqué. Ronaldo, chance. It took an awkward skip off the service, but always savable for Victor Valdez.
Well, again, it was a long way out, Rob, and he could have done a lot more, I thought, with it. He could have taken it closer.
Well, he skies the ball. There's Carvajal. Real Madrid trying to create their own momentum. At home, they've won their last 17 games in all competitions. Won 30 out of the last 31, only, of course, Atletico Madrid, crucially, beat them here this season.
Oh, look at
Messi, great ball. Neymar takes it in his stride, has to steady himself, stopped once by Pepe, and then Pepe was ankle tapped.
Wrong side, though, before the build-up, Rob, I'll have to say. Marcelo was wrong side. Look, you can see Neymar's got 5 yards on him. And he really has to hit the turbo to get back in again. A little bit fortunate, I think, there. Great acceleration, lovely change of pace. That's a wonderful challenge from Pepe.
We've seen many videos to show what he is capable of, Neymar. He came for an alleged 57 million euros last summer. And we've seen so many cakes and where the slices have gone this week regarding the transfer. Santos apparently only got 14 million of that. Bale. It's a second stab. Bale. Di Maria's cross. Benzema fighting. What a goal! Well, Valdez got a hand to it. He'll feel he should have kept it out, but Benzema is away celebrating.
Well, this game's certainly living up to the billing, Rob. That's a fabulous cross from Di Maria, who's been on form from the first kick-off. And you're right, you can see the shake of the head from Victor Valdez. He does get a hand to it. But the power in the header, it's generated from this cross. He towers above everybody, Karim Benzema. Super cross from Di Maria. Look at that header. And he gets his hand to it. It's just too powerful. He can't stop it. The power of the header from Karim Benzema into the top corner.
I believe Valdez thought he'd save that, and he was waiting for the replay, but he doesn't want to see the replay.
He was close to pushing it onto the post. He knows he came close to it. If only his wrist had been a little bit stronger, I think he's feeling.
Well, this is not good. The referee is calling here for the stretcher, and the medical men are very quick onto the pitch.
Yeah, but it's Di Maria, Rob. He can recover very quickly. I just wonder what happened to him. And the header was a much more difficult chance than the one that Di Maria created for him earlier.
It was very concerning. The rest of his teammates have headed back into their own half of the field after celebrating the goal, but Di Maria lies down there.
Well, he's starting to set up, which is encouraging.
Well, he looks absolutely stunned now, Di Maria.
He looks as if he's semi-conscious, Rob, to be honest. He looks... They sort of celebrate it, everybody goes away, and he doubles over. And then he goes down.
Well, Spanish host directors are playing with a replay, and he's
led off the park.
He's over by the corner flag, receiving treatment. I have to say, he looks awfully pale. I don't think the signs are that Di Maria is going to continue. And Ancelotti may have a big decision to make.
Well, he's warming up Illaramendi, which is a strange one to go back into.
He's walking gingerly along the far touchline, Di Maria, and he's going to come back on and give it a try. Xavi to Fabregas. Taking control is Ramos. Now Benzema. Benzema, everybody in the stadium could see the pass. Sadly for him, Jordi Alba got there just ahead of Bale. Well, this is a match that doesn't need any hype.
Rob, it's end-to-end stuff. It really is. Chances either end, and it's who's going to take the most opportunities. We're in for a real spectacle of football tonight.
Entertaining, enthralling. Always exciting. Fourth of the game gone. Di Maria has space, cuts it in. Benzema! His second!
My goodness.
Di Maria got off his sick bed to create that one, and it was a Benzema blast.
Well, he might have missed the sitter in the first 7 or 8 minutes, Karim Benzema, but he's made up for it since. And once again, Di Maria's haven't done this left-hand side, Rob. He is on fire. I don't know what sort of medicine the physios gave him on the touchline, but he's come back again. Bigger and better. Look at this. Lovely run, plenty of space, head up, cuts it in, chest control, and then bang, back of the net. Another wonderful piece of skill from Di Maria and Karim Benzema. Fabulous goal. And they're in front now, Real Madrid, and the fans are going crazy.
Well, this was number 9 work at its very best. Perfect control. Didn't even hit the ground. The perfect volley.
Rob, it's quality. See the control on his thigh. He's actually turning, controlling it, setting it up in the right angle, just to volley it in the back of the net. And look at Ancelotti. How much did he enjoy that? Ball was too big for Mascherano. He was trying to get ahead on it in front of Karim Benzema. I just felt he should have been a little bit tighter than that.
Right, how do Barcelona respond? It's two heavyweights, isn't it? World champions slugging it out here. There's a note, Jerry. Almost 25 minutes gone with not a yellow card.
No. And we've got 3 goals, but then these two teams do average a lot of goals between them. It's definitely a foul on Messi. You can see that clearly. It's a decent position. Maybe a little bit too far out, but then when you've got Messi and Xavi Hernandez over the ball, and he wants the wall back, Senor Undiano Malyenko. He's looking another step or half a step back.
It's an adventurous distance, but it is Lionel Messi. Messi delivers, the wall does its job brilliantly, and Cristiano Ronaldo tries to launch the counter-attack. There's Di Maria.
I think that's the plan given to Di Maria.
Di Maria is having an exceptional game. Gets the cross in, Benzema waiting, his hat-trick is denied by Piqué. How this game has turned.
Rob, I don't know how he's getting past him. Di Maria looks like he's been caught. He just powers past whoever tries to stop him and gets in cross after cross. Unbelievable passage of play again. This is the free kick. It's Mascherano who's penalised.
Well, all the talk has been about Messi at one end, Ronaldo at the other, but it's the Di Maria show this evening.
Oh, look at this. And Jordi Alba's so fortunate. I think, again, he gets sucked into the middle too much. The ball beats him. Benzema, cool, composed, places it. Wonderful defending from Gerard Piqué on the line. He saves the day. Well, it's Cristiano stepping up to this one.
There's not much of a roof here at the Bernabeu, but what there is of a roof is being raised by the supporters. It's Ronaldo. The referee took a long lingering look at that as Modric flew it over the bar.
I'd love to know the stats for chances and shots here. My goodness, 27 minutes gone, Rob. We've had loads of chances at either end. And as I said earlier, it's who takes their chances is going to win this one tonight. Ronaldo straight into the wall. It does its job. Everybody jumping. I think there's appeal for Gerard Piqué, who jumps as if maybe it hit him on the hand. Referee was in a great position.
Well, what a response from Real Madrid. A goal down after 7 minutes, and then 2 in very quick succession from Karim Benzema. Neymar tiptoeing along the touchline. Ramos enjoyed that.
I think he nearly took the linesman out as well. Now there it is. It does hit him on the hand.
Yep.
That's what they were appealing for. It hit him on the left arm as he jumps.
And it could be argued that he made no attempt to move the hand out of the way of the ball. But we do have a super slow-mo replay machine, and the referee doesn't have access to those pictures. Iniesta. Jordi Alba. Iniesta. That again appeared to be handball.
Well, he was coming in really fast, Di Maria. It was a clever little flick with the outside of the foot from Cesc Fabregas. And look at this one again. Looks like he's trying to pull his hand out of the way, but it's already hit it. This one, right hand. Yeah, it looks like that's a deliberate handball, I would think. Undiano Malyenko hasn't reached for the yellow card, Rob.
Jerry playing devil's advocate was the difference. One was in the area,
yeah,
and one wasn't in the area.
Yeah, you're right. Certainly, you look at it from the other angle, there's a couple of hands go up there, not just Gerard Piqué's. Well, there's an awful lot of arguments going on here over where the placing of this free kick is.
On the whistle, says Undiano Malyenko.
Yep.
Some chance of hearing it inside this stadium with all the din being made. He's better miming.
I think this is slightly closer than the previous one. Still a long way out. And the wall has to do its job.
I would argue this favours a right-footed player.
It does.
But then again, Lionel Messi normally jumps to the head of any cue. But Xavi is the right-footed player. The wall very well placed again. Iniesta. Carvajal. Just enough.
Yeah, he's done really well there. Andres Iniesta is a master of keeping the body in between the ball and the defender.
Ancelotti's aim to win a title in Spain, as he did so, of course, in Italy, in France, and in England.
Only 30 minutes gone, Rob, and only 3 goals scored. Wow. It got a great bill, this game tonight, and it's certainly lived up to it so far.
Ronaldo. Here's Busquets. Piqué. Valdez. Ronaldo to Alonso. Cut out by Busquets, his Spanish international teammate. Now says Fabregas. Finding Messi amongst the crowd. Messi steps on the gas. Neymar. Crossing the Brazilian. This is Di Maria.
There he goes.
I've never seen such an individual performance from Angel Di Maria. There's Ronaldo. He won't enjoy being upstaged.
Oh, he's left an overall
Bale. Too much. On the ball for Bale. Goal kick given.
Yeah, he left too much for Bale to do, and Bale stretched his leg out. You can see here, and he goes down belatedly, I would say. I'm not saying he dived now, but certainly it was belated.
Xavi to Iniesta. Waiting for support. Goes solo. Too much. Pepe tidies up.
It's a good ball as well.
Runs him up. Still has almost an hour to find a hat-trick. Diego Lopez, the unsung hero. How can anybody keep Iker Casillas out of the team? Well, he's managed to do that. He's top of the Zamora listing for statistically the best goalkeeper in Spain.
He's had a great season. He has to have to keep Casillas out. We've watched him in the cup competitions, Rob, in the Champions League, and he's made world-class saves. And I think that Real Madrid are very fortunate to have 2 world-class goalkeepers in their squad.
Which is a who's who at the Bernabeu tonight. It's about 5 seats along from Jerry and I. Another former Real Madrid keeper, Jerzy Dudek. Liverpool legend, of course. Here's Messi. Iniesta. Jordi Alba plays it back. Good defending. And there's Gareth Bale.
Well, good defender from Gerard Piqué as well.
It's Ancelotti. His former Chelsea captain, I'm told, is inside the stadium tonight. John Terry, somewhere by the corner flag to our right-hand side, my spies tell me. And no, he isn't wearing a kit just in case.
Oh,
he's cleared by Pepe. Piqué to Busquets. Luka Modric leaves it to Ramos. Now Alonso. Marcelo breaks from his defensive shackles. Ronaldo makes a brilliantly timed move. Choke off Piqué. That was top-class defending from Gerard Piqué. Iniesta. Neymar has switched wings. Comes in from the left-hand side. Given some rough treatment and the first yellow card of the evening. He's shown to Angel Di Maria.
yeah, it's a bad challenge. He's late. And I don't think he's got any argument whatsoever over that one.
Alba. Iniesta. Busquets. Now Neymar. Busquets has a look. Xavi. Iniesta. Real with all 11 players back behind the ball. Well, they call it during the coaching manuals, defending from the front.
Yeah, they're doing it well. They're pressing and asking questions, but it's good passing and movement from Barcelona. And that's a poor ball from Iniesta. Gives possession to Real Madrid. Modric on it now.
Modric trying to free Bale. PK across. No Messi. I think that was a show of respect then, wasn't it, to Gareth Bale? Didn't try anything tricky. Man and ball, he took them all.
Excellent defending. He's made 3 or 4 big challenges during PK and cleared one off the line as well. There's no room for error tonight in this stadium. There's so many quality players. The 3 most expensive players in the world all on the one park tonight. Depending on what you value Neymar at. It's just his first touch for the control on the right thigh, Rob. The control to set it up and just place it in the bottom corner. It was magnificent. Now here's a chance. Neymar on the break.
Drives inside. Feeds it through to Fabregas. Oh, Fabregas let it go out of play.
Tell you what, the linesman's flag was up really quick from the right-hand side, and I think he got that right. Look at Ancelotti. He's not happy about something. I don't know if it's Luka Modric or who he's shouting at, but...
Well, he's not one for histrionics, is he? He's known in these parts as Mr. Ice Cool. A lot of articles in the Spanish press this week about his demeanour, how he doesn't get carried away. Well, doesn't a night like tonight.
This is the classico bit, I'll tell you. You know, a chance to go 7 points clear of Barcelona, and they were 6 points behind them. What, 5 months ago? This is a massive, massive game. And bear in mind, Atletico Madrid's earlier result. A lot of pressure on Ancelotti and the Real Madrid players, but so far they've lived up to the building. They really have. They've pressed, they've taken the game to Real Madrid. They've missed a few chances and they've scored a few.
Di Maria to Pepe. Carvajal is the outlet on this right-hand side. Now Modric. Carvajal. Good control. Poor pass. PK mops up again, and he's just caught.
It's a shame, you know, it really is a shame, because did ever so well Carvajal. He just needed to concentrate on the pass and he gave it away too cheaply. The weight of the pass was just not right, but good opportunity was looming. I'm not sure Di Maria is going to last the full 90 minutes, Rob. He is covering so much ground. He's running and chasing, closing down everybody. Really fired up, isn't he?
Well, he did ask, if we believe what we're told, to miss the trip to Malaga last week to keep himself fit and fresh for this game tonight. And he's lived up to his word. Busquets for Barcelona. Revivez to Xavi. Alba. Messi. Iniesta. Jordi Alba. Barcelona's first corner of the evening.
Yeah. Good defending there, Carvajal. He had a few questions over where he was going to go, and he got himself back round again and got the block in.
The Real Madrid ultras behind that goal to the left-hand side, trying to make it as uninviting for Barcelona as possible. Not a bad corner kick at all, something for Piqué to try to attack. Played by Bale. Mascherano. Neymar. Xavi has a good look around. He's trying to make it impossible. Paul Banks if a safe one is on. Neymar has been bothered by Di Maria. And as you say, Jerry is putting in some overtime shift tonight.
Honestly, he is on something. I tell you, he really is on a real upturn. Maybe that week off, as you said last week at Malaga, Rob, done him the world of good. He's full of beans, full of energy, and covering every blade of grass in the park. First touch was poor from Xabi Alonso.
Fabregas has many talents, but then that one incident there showed something he lacks, and that's a little bit of pace. Iniesta. Jordi Alba. Messi tries to quicken the game. Bounces off Ramos, plays it into Neymar. Slow to react, but Messi's not! Oh, little Messi individually brings Barcelona back into the game.
There's a problem. Incident off the ball, Rob.
And the referee
Pepe
instinctively reaches for the card. And it had been a rather friendly classico until that point.
Well, Pepe's down and out.
Well, it all kicked off as Barcelona headed away to celebrate. And the referee is going to show the yellow card once Pepe comes round to his senses.
Well, it says, is it says Fabregas? It is, it says.
Both
Pepe,
of them.
both down. It's something and nothing, was it? Well, they're both play acting, if you're asking me. Somebody going to get the ball out of the box, and we've got about the quality of the goal. And Messi's great first touch. He played the little 1-2, got the rebound, stuck in the bottom corner of the net, which is what he does best. And Lionel Messi, 32 goals this season, 19 in the league, and that's a big one, a massive goal for Barcelona to bring him back on level terms at 2-2.
It is a massive goal for Lionel Messi as well, because he is now the all-time record scorer in the Clasico. He was level with Di Stefano on 18 La Liga goals between these sides. He's now got 19, and he's a record maker.
Yeah, he's the all-time top goal scorer, 372 goals, they tell me now, that he's got. And as I say, they're not any bigger than that one. That's a huge goal for him.
Well, it is as well. I'll give you another stat. Jerry's now second in the all-time La Liga scorers list. That's his 234th. He's level with the great Hugo Sanchez.
Well, I would say, on looking at the opportunities and chances, they've probably had at least 7 or 8 chances each side, and we got 2 goals apiece. So it's set up nicely, Rob, as we approach, well, with 1 minute to half time. I just hope the second half's as good as the first.
The seconds trickling away in the first half. So far, a 4-goal thriller. see another replay of that incident between Pepe and Fabregas.
It was a head-to-head, and they both realised there was obviously contact, they head-to-head, there was no jolting, and then all of a sudden they both went down at the same time.
Benzema to Di Maria, cuts it in, Ronaldo, haymaker from Cristiano Ronaldo. Down below, the fourth official tells us there will be just a single minute added to the first half. Doesn't have, you don't want to end. Pure entertainment. Classico. Oh, Carvajal. Half stop by Alba, but he won't go away. Come across the line, Benzema!
Oh my goodness.
He scored 2, he could have had 5.
Wow. Well, he's had one cleared off the line by Gerard Piqué. This one is so close to the far post, it's untrue. We're talking a couple of inches wide of the far post, and Victor Valdés is looking on. And this is the build up to the goal. Messi, a little bit of good luck there. There's a tackle. It's actually, I think, Carvajal who nicks the ball away, but it goes straight to the feet of Messi, and Messi comes in and sticks it in the bottom corner.
Our Spanish director showing us the show of petulance as the half-time whistle goes. Well, it has lived up to the billing. Iniesta giving Barcelona the lead, then Benzema with a brace, then Lionel Messi took it upon himself to inspire Barcelona. A record-breaking and record-making goal for him in a brilliant game. Half-time, it's 2-2.
Well, I don't think any one of the 400 million people around the globe will be disappointed watching that. This match certainly living up to its billing as the biggest club fixture in the world. Incredible stuff. We'll get the thoughts of Geisger and Santi in just a couple of minutes' time. Well, it's been a match of you attack, we attack. Both sides forgetting how to defend. Pass the lead, then they're down, then they come back. And it's 2-2 in the Classico. Tonight?
I think so. I mean, for Barcelona, we've seen maybe Cesc not being the player influential that should have been. Neymar as well doesn't seem to be finding his foot on the ground tonight. And with Pedro and Alexis, they're obviously options. Madrid got Isco to come out. But it seems like Madrid feels more comfortable the way the players on the pitch and the way they're playing.
We have to see if Di Maria can stand this rhythm as well, Geisger.
Well, but obviously, yeah, the pitch that he covers, helping in defence, in attacking, it might need to come out, but I think Madrid, with the players they got on the pitch, is doing very well so far.
Let's just hope the second half is as good as the first. Let's rejoin Jerry Armstrong and Rob Palmer.
Well, it always lives up to expectation, but even by the standards of this giant fixture, this has been exceptional so far. Which way will it sway? Nobody can tell. Some of the greatest footballers on the planet. Two of the best managers in world football. And this bit of game goes down as the Benzema game. He's the first man to score 2 goals for Real Madrid at home against Barca since Raul back in 2001. There's Lionel Messi, of course, who has set a record of 19 La Liga goals in Clásicos, surpassing some of the greatest players in the history of football. They've all played in this game: Maradona, Cruyff, Schuster, the 2 Ronaldos, Di Stefano, Puskas, Laudrup. Of course, 2 of the best ever, Messi and Ronaldo. We've yet to see Cristiano Ronaldo get on the score sheet tonight. Alves drives forward. Excellent play by Xabi Alonso there. There's Ronaldo. Messi. Yes. Xabi rolling it to Jordi Alba, to Iniesta. Certainly for the game, the Real Madrid side really selected itself. Tata Martino had some big management decisions to make tonight. One of those as whether to include Neymar or not. Messi's playing on his right-hand side at the moment. Your assessment so far, Jerry? I know before the game you strongly thought that he should have selected Pedro and Alexis.
I think he would have given a lot more problems to Real Madrid had he selected Pedro and Alexis. They've got a lot of pace. You mentioned earlier, Cesc doesn't have as much pace. I thought, you know, if you go with a front three, that really lays down the gauntlet. But maybe he feels that they'll get taken apart in the middle of the park, you know, by going up against the front three of Real Madrid. And they certainly had more chances in the first half.
A lot of workspace here for Alves. Cuts it in right across the 18 yards. I think Messi and Iniesta got in each other's way there. Neymar to Alves. You get a team sheet, he's down at right back, but he's never in that position. Messi. I think for Busquets. Messi runs it to Fabregas. Swiftly on to Iniesta. 9 back defending for Real Madrid. Alonso organising, gives it to Modric. Good skill from Modric. Oh, and there's a body check there. And the referee says Real Madrid have the ball, and he quite clearly shows that he's given them the advantage, which wasn't appreciated by all, I don't think.
I think you're right. The fans haven't taken to that one too kindly. Neymar on the ball.
Yes, chipping away at this. Marcelo. Alves far more prominent in the second half with a flying header from Sergio Ramos. Tata Martino, you know, has been in charge now for 46 games before tonight, and he has exactly the same record as Pep Guardiola in his first 46 games in charge of Barca.
You have to tell the press that, Rob.
Yeah, one was a son of Catalonia, the other is an adopted manager. He's having a much tougher time.
I think they've been very unfair to him for a lot of the season.
Xavi's corner, Piqué nods it back. In the way is Xabi Alonso. Scanara. Piqué just leaning upon Pepe.
He was waiting for the contact. He knew he was there. There's a smile on Gerard Piqué's face, but it's gone down very quickly.
A lot of the players are asked not to do too much publicly during the build-up to the Classico week. Piqué was involved in his other half's new album launch this week, because he is Mr. Shakira.
He drew a little bit prematurely there, the referee. I feel he could have continued and let the play continue. Great turn from Iniesta. Oh, he loses possession.
How did he get that
regains
back?
it again.
Magical.
He's a will-o'-the-wisp.
Xavi. Busquets. Now Messi. Iniesta. To Messi, tries to let off to Fabregas. Carvajal's in the way. Di Maria.
He's asking too much of Karim Benzema. Good start, second half from Barcelona. The opening 5 minutes, they played really well. Seemed to have started better than Real Madrid. Sometimes you hit the halfway time whistle because you break the continuity of the side that's doing really well, and they were looking for their third goal, Real Madrid. And now it looks like it's Barcelona who's looking the third goal.
Right from the situation, Atletico won earlier today, so they currently top the table, same points as Real Madrid. They're heading on the head-to-head ruling. So it's the first time these sides have kicked off a Classico since 2007, when neither Barca nor Real have been top of the table.
Well, they took one out there, I think. He stood on his toe. Oh, he barely stood on his toe, though. I think it was minimum contact. Neymar goes down. And his compatriot Marcelo was the one who got him to put the ball out of play.
Xavi surveys all ahead of him. Neymar, bustled by Benzema. He's out there fishing for a hat-trick.
Yeah. A lot of the aficionados here with Bernabeu think it should have went the other way.
Pepe. Bale. Imposing some.
Look at this.
Great run from Gareth Bale. Bale to Benzema.
What a
Brilliant stop by Valdez. Danger hasn't gone away. Cristiano Ronaldo. Di Maria over the head of Benzema. Bale comes flying in. But the referee saw that as a foul.
That's a good challenge, I thought. It was hung up at the far post, but what a scintillating run from Gareth Bale. He explodes through the middle, and great ball to Karim Benzema, hits the target. Big save from Victor Valdez. That's a fabulous save. And Benzema's had 6 chances in the match, Rob. He could have had 4 or 5 goals at least. Give credit to Victor Valdez. It's kept in play.
There's Modric. Xavi Alonso. Now Ramos. Di Maria trying to brush aside Neymar. It was a rather delayed fall from Angel Di Maria.
Oh, he's gone down too easy for me again on that occasion. He looks like he might be offside when this pass is made. Flag didn't go up, Rob. Well, that was a controversial one, I have to say. Looked marginally offside.
Well, Valdez spared the blushes of the assistant referee and maybe his own defenders in one fell swoop then. Di Maria. Now Ronaldo. Into the area where they have to be careful. He's down. It's a penalty. As soon as he crossed the white line, the alarms were flashing.
Dani Alves isn't happy. He was the culprit, Rob. Great feet. Great feet. I don't know what Sergio Ramos asking. Is he complaining about the not getting the free kick for Di Maria? Look at the quick feet here. He looks outside when he actually gets contact.
Well, he clearly thinks that it was a goal-scoring opportunity and he would want that to be a red card. I think he's maybe stretching things, Jerry.
I think he is stretching things. And I'll tell you, this is outside the box. There it is. It's at least 6 inches outside the box and he falls in. And that's going to be a big controversy tomorrow in the newspapers.
If
Ronaldo scores it.
Ronaldo! At it again! On the big stage, in the big game, he gets the big goal.
26 in the league, Rob. 42 goals for the season. A massive, massive goal. Oh. Super goal, great strike. Keeper guesses the right way, but Cristiano puts enough pace and power and accuracy into that bottom left-hand corner. And Victor Valdez can do nothing about it. But it's all going to be about the controversy. Was it a penalty or not? Because for me, he was contacted outside the penalty area.
Well, it was the perfect penalty. Messi scored, Ronaldo scored. 5 goals in the game. Only 10 minutes gone in the second half.
Well, the front three now have got 79 goals between them. Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema and Cristiano Ronaldo have scored 79 goals this season, which is incredible.
Well, the home supporters crank up the volume. They know that it's not safe yet, though. How did Barcelona bounce back? There's Bale. His dancing run just before that was the initiation.
I'm just thinking about Di Maria as well, Rob. You know, he's thrown himself into challenges. He's already got a yellow card. He could have got booked for diving there earlier. He has to be very, very careful. This game is on a knife edge.
Messi. All won back by Cristiano Ronaldo. You can hear all the cameras clicking there as the photographer's got Messi and Ronaldo in the same frame.
Oh, I think Messi is very fortunate to get the free kick, I have to be honest.
Iniesta. Fabregas. Loose ball. Bale is chasing. Piqué ushers it back to Valdez. He has to miss everybody out there. Play Route 1 football Barcelona style. Iniesta. Messi in attendance. Stopped by Xabi Alonso. Now Di Maria. Marcelo. Oh, it's a terrible ball. Neymar. Di Maria starts to slalom. Turn into his Argentinian teammate Mascherano.
Again, he started where he finished off. He is chasing everything. He's running everywhere. Maybe a little bit fortunate to get the free kick, Di Maria. I think he's lost his footing, but free kick's given and Ronaldo's on the ball.
Ronaldo cuts it across. Benzema regains a little lovely back flick. Bale, and it needed saving. Valdez got all of his angles correctly worked out.
Oh, when these front three are on song, Ronaldo cuts it back here for Karim Benzema, who can't get the shot and tees it up for Gareth Bale. Tight angle, shot on target, good save, big save once again from Victor Valdez. To be honest, Rob, but for Victor Valdez, this game would be over.
It was made up for what he may class as his mishandling of that Benzema header in the first half. Modric flies it in. Iniesta. I don't think I've ever seen a Barcelona player do that. He just hoisted it as high as he could. Marcelo. Appeared to just simply lose his footing. Now Fabregas. Highly charged, doesn't even begin to describe this game. Alves. Fabregas. Neymar. Barcelona go back to playing this game of patience.
They certainly had more possession in the first half, Barcelona, Rob.
All slip from Marcelo, and it wasn't being anticipated by Alves. It's a corner.
There's a few players I've noticed the second half slipping, and that area was watered at half time. I noticed. I don't know if it's done them any favours.
Well, once he was awarded the penalty, he was always going to tuck it away. Pause for thought. Xavi takes his time, surveying who's making the movement in the centre. Comes out to Iniesta. Oh, some shot.
Oh, it looks like it's taking a deflection. I'll tell you what. It's a snapshot from the edge of the box. Left-footed again from Andres Iniesta. Let's have a look. Oh, it must have hit Gareth Bale because it didn't. Yeah, it does hit Gareth Bale. Wasn't a save from Diego Lopez.
Referee says continue. Modric breaks out. If he can make the right pass, there are more white shirts than Barcelona shirts. Bale. Full speed ahead. Oh, and he was just knocked out of his stride.
Well, he's a little bit unfortunate there because Jordi Alba's done well. He's got loads of pace himself, Jordi Alba. Final touch from Gareth Bale, just too heavy.
Neymar. No strength at all on the shot. There's going to be a change in a moment. Pedro is down on the touchline. We have no inside information at the moment regarding who he's going to replace. Would you guess that it has to be Neymar?
I would think it has to be Neymar. Pedro's coming on. If he does take a gamble, he brings off Cesc Fabregas, then that's an even bigger gamble to go with three. But they're 3-2 down, so he could do that. He might take off Cesc. It's either Cesc or Neymar for me.
Valdez dribbling the ball along his goal line. Brilliant from Marcelo. Di Maria. Benzema. Fired up, looking for some support. Sensibly to Cristiano Ronaldo. Real Madrid have the advantage with just over an hour gone. Modric. Easy for PK. Now Messi. Fabregas. Neymar looks as though he's out of fuel. Modric. Di Maria. Barcelona really having to dig in here. Messi.
Good ball.
Perfect pass. Neymar. Big chance. Taken down. That's a penalty.
A red.
And a red. Well, the law says it has to be a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Some may say he was going away from goal, but even then he had a chance of scoring. And Sergio Ramos, who has a pretty big rap sheet, gets his 19th red card of his career.
Well, is he offside, Rob? Not just leaning offside. That's the question, and he doesn't need to pull him in. Marcelo was maybe even just still a cover player. It's a bit harsh, the red card, I think.
Did he actually catch him?
I'm not sure.
Did he actually catch him?
Not sure.
Well, next week he may have a right to appeal that red card. But Real Madrid are going to have to play the last quarter of this game a man down. Well, at one end, Cristiano Ronaldo tucked a penalty away. And now the world's eyes are watching Messi. Wow. And Messi does what Ronaldo did and makes it 3-3.
Very emphatic finish, that one. Steady run up and hammered it with the left foot. Well, what a game we've got now. 3-3. And I don't think he does touch him, Rob. He doesn't look as if he makes that much contact, if any contact at all. Well, he does catch his left leg.
There may have been the slight touch on the left leg.
Yep. That's where he does make the contact, and that's why he goes down.
Well, interesting substitution. Karim Benzema, who, remember, is on 2 goals and chasing a hat-trick, looks a little surprised that he is being sacrificed for Varane. Well, the French international central defender will come on. And, of course, they have to plug that gap left by Sergio Ramos. What have we got? 25 minutes remaining. 6 goals so far, but Real Madrid notably a man down. And you know they're going to try to do everything to try to even things out.
Well, Busquets is getting booked for this one.
Wouldn't be a classico without Sergio Busquets going into the book. His 12th yellow card of this season. Of course, for Real Madrid, a point would be enough to take them back to the top of the table. Modric. Varane throws himself into a centre-forward position. But we were saying this referee hadn't sent a player off this season.
This is Keith Son Cops here at the moment. Di Maria again doesn't play to the whistle. This will certainly suit Barcelona, the way they pass the ball around. They can wear them down and bide their time.
Barcelona took the lead. Real came back to make it 2-1. Messi 2-2, Ronaldo 3-2, Messi 3-3. Messi now chasing a hat-trick.
To follow the hat-trick he scored last week.
Good look offside. Back to the man with the flag. Iniesta. Space opens up. Blocked by Di Maria. Modric. Contact made by Cesc Fabregas. We have been waiting about 5 minutes for Pedro to come on the field of play.
I don't think we were in a hurry to take him off when they got the penalty kick and they were down to 10 men. I think he thought twice about it, Tata Martino, but he's going to take Neymar off now eventually, Rob.
We were saying in the build-up to the penalty that Neymar was coming off, and then he won the penalty, earned a reprieve.
Well, for another couple of minutes, he won a reprieve.
And Neymar, the brilliant young Brazilian, won the penalty. That angle of replay doesn't show it perfectly, but the guys back at home are telling us, having studied all of the many replays available to us, that there was a slight contact between Ramos and the left leg.
Yep, the left leg, well, the ankle and the left leg of Sergio Ramos look as if they did make contact, and that's what tripped Neymar. So no arguments over it. No.
In a bad way, the referee has maybe evened things up. Barca fans will tell you that Ronaldo was fouled outside the area if indeed he was fouled, and the Real Madrid supporters will swear that there was no contact there.
Well, I think he was fouled. Ronaldo was fouled, but he was 6 inches outside the penalty area. Here's Pedro, just on the point, first touch.
Fabregas to Xavi. Dani Alves tees the ball up. Varane header. He's been out for a large part of the season. Rafael Varane started 3 of the last 4 La Liga matches, though. There's tension in the air in the Spanish capital. Pepe. Gareth Bale. Pepe goes down yet again. He dishes it out, doesn't he? But he doesn't take it too well.
No, he's not the big sort of centre half we talk about. There's a little bit of a late challenge from Cesc Fabregas, I have to say. It's a foul. And maybe the shoulder gets into his back.
And of course, Cesc Fabregas was booked earlier in the game, so they will be working on evening things out.
That's an interesting header.
Goes to Cristiano Ronaldo. Miscontrol from Ronaldo. Look at him chasing back. No sulking from the World Player of the Year. Alves. Lionel Messi. Situation. Kick-off tonight. Barcelona 4 points behind Real Madrid in the standings. Real on 66, Real on 70, level with Atletico. The draw would not be too damaging for Real Madrid.
No, keeps them at the top, Rob. Keeps it very interesting for the rest of the season. But there's a long way to go.
Real Madrid supporters have found their voice again after the shock of losing Ramos. Free header for Busquets.
Not one of his better headers. Just needed to get a little glance on the near post and got too big a contact on the ball.
It is, of course, the 3rd red card in a classico for Sergio Ramos sent off in the Champions League semi-final in 2011, the Copa del Rey semi last year.
I'm looking down below, there's 3 players warming up for Real Madrid. Isco's one of them. The other one's Contrao.
Okay, with a slightly uncertain header. Good tackle, has to be said, by Pedro. Now Iniesta, Pedro making a move, catching the eye of defenders, freeing the space for Lionel Messi. Messi, excellent anticipation by Varane, but he's drawing the position. There's Alves, Iniesta, Messi, charged down by Pepe. Real Madrid trying desperately to keep their defensive shape. Now Bale.
He's got a bit of space as well.
Well, slips inside PK, but too many defenders. And it's for skipper Xavi, activating things up. Who set a record playing in Classicos, his 39th tonight. Iniesta. Now Pedro. Messi. Every Real Madrid player having to give a little bit extra. Alves, nice touch from Iniesta. Now says Fabregas. There's a 360 from Pepe. Right out of position. Flicked. Barcelona playing games here with Real Madrid.
Oh!
Alves crashes off the post, falls to Pedro. Scrambled away by Rafael Varane.
What a strike from Dani Alves outside the box, Rob. You can see it's teed up here by Messi. One touch, bang. Bottom right-hand post, straight out again. How lucky was that? Lucky for Real Madrid, unlucky for Dani Alves in Barcelona.
Xavi. Time and space on the left-hand side for Jordi Alba. Xavi again. Maybe at the veteran stage of his career, but still dictates the pace of the play. He's got 6 years to go to reach his kicks, of course. Inside to Dani Alves. Alves waits for movement, gets it from Pedro. Marcelo tries to guide him out of play, was just
Does really well, doesn't he? Got his body in front of Pedro. Well, this is the strike. Have a look. Bang. Oh, he hit it sweet as a nut. It just really flew. Hit the inside of the post, comes back out again. And a puff of the cheeks from Ancelotti. He knows he's had a let off. But it's lived up to the billing. 6 goals, Rob. No surprise that these are the 2 top goal scorers in the league. Barcelona have got 84 goals in the league this season. Real Madrid are on 80 goals. There's been plenty of entertainment, but we haven't got a winner yet. There's 15 minutes will decide now.
The odds at the moment stacked in the favour of Barcelona. The fact that they have a player extra, the momentum is what they require to close the gap to Real Atletico. Again, stopped by Marcelo. Sergio Ramos, by the way, is heading for his 34th career ban.
Busquets has to be careful. It's a soft free kick, I think, Rob. But it's a welcome one from a Real Madrid point of view, and we're going to see another substitution. Alexis is stripped off and ready to come on. They're going to go for it. Barcelona need to win this match, more so than Real Madrid.
Well, it would be an injection of pace.
Absolutely.
Bale comes inside PK. Has to be expected. There's a huge penalty appeal from the ultras behind the goal to our left-hand side. Messi. Fabregas. Iniesta. Falls for Xavi. Screaming on this near side is Dani Alves. Alves puts in a good early cross. Pepe had to win the header. Modric. Ancelotti managed to rest most of the players for the Champions League game this week, and they need that extra energy. Alves with a cross, Varane with a clearance.
Well, it's Cesc who's coming off. That's the change of thought to make.
Barcelona revert to the 11 that hammered 7 goals last week against Osasuna.
Yep.
Well, that's the 11 down there, Jerry, that you thought Tata Martino should have selected from the start.
Well, it would have been a lot more positive. There's more goal power in Pedro, who's on the ball now.
Here is Pedro.
He goes down too
to
easy.
him.
Too easy. A lot of goals, Pedro, this season. 14 goals and 8 assists. And Alexis, who's come on as well, Rob, 17 goals and 7 assists. Lots of pace, and I do feel that would have been, but it still might work out for them. They've still got just over 10-12 minutes to play, and everything favours Barcelona at the moment.
There's some conversation they're having. Clearly they didn't want anybody to know what was going on. No chance for our Spanish lip readers. Ronaldo. My customary pre-match jog around the stadium this morning, and there were thousands of fans at breakfast time, all coming here to pay homage. The bands were playing, stall holders out in force. All the colour, all the verve, all the passion that build up to the match. Hours before kick-off. Pedro, brilliant ball. Alba, stopped by Pepe. Is there any escape? There's a foul on Cristiano Ronaldo. Real Madrid don't want the advantage there. They want to stop the play. They want to take a breather.
Do you know, watch Mascherano make these silly challenges, Rob. He doesn't even need to make it. Cristiano's got a problem anyway. He's up so early. He's leaning over the top of him. It's a ball he can't win. You have to have a little bit of patience sometimes as a centre half, and I feel he's impetuous. The outlet's at right back here. Carvajal.
There's still a chance, of course, these sides can meet in the Champions League, both in the quarter-finals. They will meet in the Copa del Rey final as well. This is the big one. Away by Piqué. It's going to have such a bearing on the top of the table. Anything but victory for Barcelona is going to be quite a disaster. We do have 9 games remaining in the La Liga season. Alonso. Carvajal's flick. Chase that, he says to Modric. Which does serve it right under the assistant referee's nose.
There's no choice but to give the free kick, and Luka Modric knows that. We said about Undian and Malyanko earlier, Rob, we're not having a sending off this season, and of course we have to have it in the Classico. And our own friend Sergio Ramos picks up another red card.
Well, it is the 13th red card in the last 14 matches between these sides. Pedro. And Mascherano. Be rare if he scored.
A couple of seasons at least, isn't it?
4, Jerry. 4 years since he last scored a goal. His last La Liga goal, his last league goal, so it wasn't even in La Liga. It was for Liverpool against Reading. That was back in 2008. He has since scored against Univrea.
Oh,
Brilliant from Iniesta.
Great feet and great recoveries from Xabi Alonso.
You're a little surprised that Xabi Alonso started the Champions League game in midweek, but clearly is working his way back to full match fitness, and he's looked sharp tonight.
Well, I don't want to tempt fate and say he hasn't played on a losing side this season for Real Madrid. Since he came back, the last time they lost was against Barcelona. And Xabi played the game after that, and they haven't lost since.
Yes, it goes down, and the referee took no time at all to give the third penalty of the match.
I have to say, it didn't look, my first reaction was it didn't look like a penalty. Did not look like a penalty.
Well, Senor Alberto Undiana-Mayenko was perfectly placed, surrounded by the Real Madrid delegation. Iniesta took the ball.
Well, he's tried to go in between a space that wasn't really there. He's done well there initially.
Was it clumsy from Alonso?
It's maybe clumsy, but I think he's looking for it, Rob. You can see he's just trying to get into space that's not there, and he throws himself to the ground. And he's got it. He's got the decision. He has the decision, and this will be sensational with 7 minutes to go. Lionel Messi is stepping up to take the penalty kick. It'll be his third goal, his hat-trick. And it will be pretty sensational because they need to win the game.
He did miss a penalty against Atletico. He has scored tonight. Even the great Lionel Messi looks a little pensive. It's Messi, and it's a massive goal in La Liga. It keeps Barcelona's season alive, and it may mean that it's not goodbye to Tata Martino just yet. A Lionel Messi hat-trick. The little genius has done it again.
There's a substitution, warmed up, stripped off. It's Isco down in the touchline. He's going to come on. I don't know who's going to be replacing, but Isco is coming on, and it's gamble time now. They've got 7 or 8 minutes to save the game. I wonder, will he go with a defender, a full-back?
Well, still they complain. And Xabi Alonso has taken it maybe a few words too far. That was a brilliant penalty, wasn't it? Top corner, unsavable.
Wow, listen, he has so much composure, Rob. You know, his composure is unbelievable. He just hammers it into the top right-hand corner.
Well, Angel Di Maria, who was sensational in the first half, is taken off as we see another version. A little John Aldridge shuffle there from Messi. And now we have another big decision.
It's a yellow card for
Cristiano Ronaldo. Frustration is boiling over.
Well, he certainly was backing into Mascherano, and how much Mascherano makes of this, I don't know. He puts the arm up. I'm sure there's contact. Only Mascherano knows how much contact. I think he's leaning on him rather than an elbow. I don't think it's a codazo. He just puts his arm out to take the ball on his chest. Mascherano's wasting a little bit of time. He's got the free kick. He's got a yellow card for Ronaldo. I think mission accomplished.
Lionel Messi's 26th career hat-trick. His first ever hat-trick was against Real Madrid back in March 2007.
And that's a pretty big hat-trick he's got here tonight at the Bernabeu.
Revivez. This was a very delayed reaction from the assistant on this near side.
I'll tell you what, it was close, Rob. I'd like to see that one again.
I think it was uncertain as well. Ronaldo. No, he was right. He was off.
Yep.
Modric. Well, now the Bernabeu supporters trying to become the 11th man. Iniesta. Twists and turns. Oh. Interesting, isn't it? The referee in the first half of the game, certainly the first half an hour, was letting lots of things go. Little bumps and collisions were ignored. And in the second half, they've been turned into penalties.
Well, at 2-1, we thought it was Karim Benzema was going to get a hat-trick. It's turned out to be Lionel Messi.
Messi dodging the bullets. Pedro and Pepe, shoulder to shoulder. Time has flown. Just 2.5 minutes remaining in this game. All hinged on the Sergio Ramos sending off. Now Modric is in hot water.
Well, he's late there, and it looks like Xabi Alonso falls on top, accidentally on top of Messi. What a finish that is. You have to have some composure. Look at the disappointment on the Real Madrid fans.
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. Nobody taking to the Castellana just yet.
7-goal thriller. It'll be the first defeat of the season for Xabi Alonso. Could be a massive one. It opens the title race wide open again, and Atletico Madrid stay at the top.
Yeah, they'll be celebrating in Madrid, but not the Real supporters, but the Atletico fans. Their team went top earlier in the day.
Hold on.
But yet it's not over yet. Ronaldo hasn't finished. Ronaldo to bail. Ronaldo appeared to be taken out off the ball then. Certainly the ladies and gentlemen of the jury would have done about, felt there'd been a misdemeanor. Varane. Now Carvajal. There's some heavy pressure from Pedro. It's a free kick. It's a chance for Varane and Pepe, the heavyweights, to scream forwards and try and get on the end of this free kick.
Well, that's a final throw, Rob, with the dice.
They throw on the centre forward. Morata, who did score in the Champions League in midweek.
And he has come off the bench and scored goals for Real Madrid before. Question mark over how far away he is.
Gripping, nail-biting, tantalising for the Real Madrid supporters. Alonso fires it in. In truth, it was a poor free kick from Xabi Alonso. Now Pedro escapes. Pepe hunts him down. Pedro to Alexis. And as you can hear, signals there will be 3 additional minutes. Dani Alves, does he go for the corner flag? He tries to give Lionel Messi a chance of his personal 4th goal in the game.
Earlier there when he's kicked that.
I think Xavi thought about doing a Wayne Rooney then and having a shot from the halfway line, or pretty much near the halfway line. Alexis. Xavi goes down. Real Madrid not doing themselves any favours by giving free kicks away. The clock is against them. Well, it could have been a 7-point gap if Real Madrid could have held on to the lead that they had in the midst of the first half. But instead, Barca are going to close the gap to just a point.
Well, it's been a 7-goal thriller as well, Rob. It's been sensational.
Maintained all along, Jerry, haven't we, that we feel it's going to go down to the final game where Barcelona play against Atletico Madrid.
That's where it's looking at the moment, Rob, I have to say. It looked that way a few weeks ago. Certainly haven't changed my mind. It's a late challenge from Gareth Bale. I think Busquets is making the most of the opportunity to lie down and get another bit of time. And
Tata Martino, a little like Bobby Robson back in the day, has come in and he's replaced very favoured management. Bobby Robson's only sin really was that he wasn't Johan Cruyff, and Tata Martino has had exactly the same record after 46 games in terms of wins and draws and losses as the great Pep Guardiola. He's got the team into the Copa del Rey final and the Champions League quarter-finals, and they've closed the gap tonight on Real Madrid to a point. Here is Messi. Messi can't get it through. Caught by Varane. Jordi Alba. Pedro lets it go. Messi takes it on. It's a shot on the turn. Cleared by Varane. Referee gives a free kick. I was going to say, not yet. They'll still make it about 30 seconds. But Tata Martino has to endure.
Well, one last chance for Gareth Bale.
Will there be one final flourish? Bale has a run. Gives it away. I've heard somebody drop a pin down at touchline level. It's that quiet inside the Bernabeu. And the referee signals the end of a dramatic match where the referee has been a central figure in it. 2 penalties, a red card, a Messi hat-trick, a goal early on. He's had everything. You can see the Barcelona players celebrating as a complete team, because this has put them back, Jerry Armstrong, in the title equation.
It certainly has. What a fantastic result. They needed to win more than Real Madrid needed to win. Madrid went in front 2-1. You know, they were 3-2 down. They've come back to win 4-3 in a sensational match. A 7-goal thriller, Rob. And, well, they'll all talk about the penalties, what should have been, what shouldn't have been. Should Sergio Ramos have been sent off? Those are the controversial talking points for today and for the rest of the season. But it's going to go down to the wire now, Rob.
Now the faces of the Real Madrid players as pale as the shirts that they're wearing. The supporters stunned. What's more hurtful for them is that their other rivals, Atletico Madrid, are top of the table. They've said that Lionel Messi this season, Jerry, hasn't been as effective. Well, 34 goals, yet another record. He's beaten Di Stefano when it comes to scoring goals in La Liga. He's now ahead of the great Sanchez in second place in the all-time La Liga list. He's been brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. And back-to-back hat-tricks for Lionel Messi. He couldn't have come better than at this present time, Rob, for Barcelona.
Well, now you know why they call it the classico. It has been just that, a 4-3 thriller.
Well, what a game. What a game. No surprises. That little genius is happy. A match that had absolutely everything. Goals, chances, a sending off, poor defending and courage. Courage to know the world is watching. Firstly Ronaldo and then Lionel Messi twice, and they were not going to be affected in any way at all. Well, this is how the top looks. Absolutely amazing. 1 point separating the top 3. Atletico sit top at the moment. Goal difference, we'll forget about that, because at the end of the season it goes to the head-to-head. And as it stands, and will stand come the end of the season, that is bad news for Carlo Ancelotti, because Real Madrid lose against both Atletico and Barcelona, so they will need to finish a point above both those sides. Well, we don't have to wait too long to see these two do battle again. It is the Classico Copa final on April the 16th. More of the same, please. Absolutely incredible. Guys, what did you make of that?
Well, obviously now expecting the goals and the controversy, the red cards, the penalties, the big names to turn up like Messi, Ronaldo. And obviously, I think Barca, we're saying you can't take off this team, you can't take off these players. A Classico is a Classico, and it takes a lot of courage. These players have a lot of quality and courage, and they're showing today. Obviously, as we go into more deepness in the analysis, we'll see there's a lot of decisions that could have changed the game. But that's part of the game. That's part of this kind of games, especially. And Barcelona obviously comes stronger after the victory today.
It was one of the most exciting, most open games, let alone Classicos, I've ever seen. What made it so open?
Yeah, it was an amazing show for the neutral fan, maybe, and for the fans both of Barca and Real Madrid as well. Not a very tactical game, a game owned by the player, not by the coaches.
Are you surprised by that?
Maybe a little bit, yes, because they are fighting for the first position in the league, and the coaches intervened on the substitutions only. Then everything was on the players, a natural classico. And of course, in a natural classico, the most natural talent of all is the protagonist, Lionel Messi, apart from the referee, who was the other protagonist, of course.
Yes, we'll come on to Lionel Messi in just a second. It looked like almost an under-11 game where they were both just saying, you attack, we attack, and we'll see what happens. And that made it so fantastic. Barcelona got off to a great start, of course, under Iniesta. It showed almost within that move. Barcelona